Drop that controller and grab the remote, because Spike TV is taking you to the next level. We're the biggest night of the year for video games. It's Spike TV's Video Game Awards 2004. All that fast-driving, butt-kicking, and helmet-cracking has led up to this, the main event, hosted by the Dogfather himself, Snoop Dogg.
This show's going doggy style.
Spike TV's Video Game Awards 2004, live Tuesday, December 14th at 9. Put it on pause for this one, dog.
Tell it like it is, my man.
Only on Spike TV.
What you just saw was a trailer for the second Video Game Awards, all the way back in 2004. 15 years later, let's see how a Video Game Awards show should sound. Now that's how it's done. Video games have been acclimated in a variety of ways, through publications, websites, and special distinctions you would find on game boxes like Game of the Year Edition or Player's Choice. But now we gamers had an award show to call our own. Movies have the Academy Awards, TV shows have the Emmys, video games now have Spike TV's Video Game Awards. Yeah. Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey, and today I would like to take a look back at the video game award shows of the past and how they have evolved and devolved into the Game Awards programs that we view annually. It's 2019 and we have our current format of the Game Awards, hosted by video game journalist and personality Jeff Keighley. It's got awards, it's got game announcements, it's got quite interesting moments.
Guess all I gotta really say is that I'm gay, black, a furry, pretty much everything a Republican hates, and the best esports player of the year, I guess. Thank you so much.
That guy's awesome. So yeah, the Game Awards has become a must-see event every December. But let's just say it took quite a while to reach that illustrious status. Let's take a journey 16 years ago, when YouTube didn't exist, the iPhone was a ways off, and the number one hit song in America was In Da Club by 50 Cent. How did we live back then? Anyway, Jeff Keighley had been very active in video games, working for Game Trailers TV, the G4 channel, and doing freelance work from time to time. At the ripe young age of 24, Keighley helped to propose the idea of an award show for video games. It only made sense. Video games are already big, but they were gaining more traction as the years went on. Nintendo had been a proven commodity for nearly 2 decades. Sony hit it out of the park with the PlayStation, and the PlayStation 2 was doing gangbusters. Gaming PCs were constantly evolving to improve frame rates and graphics. The industry even caught the attention of software giant Microsoft to enter and launch with one of the most memorable franchises in Halo. With so many games and so little time that the consumer has, something that is totally not an issue today, an award show for video games would be the perfect template for consumers. Sure, websites like Game Informer or GameSpot could give their reviews and end-of-year lists, but that's a similar approach to movie websites like Rotten Tomatoes. Whereas an awards show has that spectacle to entice people. Keighley and team shopped the idea to TV networks to see if anyone was interested. Now, one may think a video game show would fit right at home on Keighley's hub of G4, right?
Wrong!
The Video Game Awards would be broadcast on Spike TV. Okay. There's a saying of opposites attract, and I can only assume this was the goal when giving the Video Game Awards to Spike TV, to bring the gaming community and the sports jocks together. Actually, interesting fact, Spike TV was established the same year as the Video Game Awards, 2003. For the first 20 years of this channel's lifespan, Spike TV was known as TNN, or the Nashville Network, with an emphasis on country music and the southern United States. In 2003, the network was rebranded as Spike TV, the first network for men. And Spike TV established their manly image by acquiring CSI, the 6 Star Wars films at the time, and the Video Game Awards. And that is why I'm not in the television business. Anyway, with the ink dry on the contract and nominees given out, it was time to kick off the first ever Spike TV's Video Game Awards show.
I love you too, baby. I know a lot of you are like, what the hell is Little Kim doing here? She don't play no damn video games. but the truth of the matter is, I kick ass in NBA Live in Madden. Oh, wait a minute. Who doesn't believe me? Any of you guys don't believe me? Whoever wants to challenge, you want to challenge me? You want some of this? Well, I just got to tell you, if you want to challenge me, meet me online, okay? So whoever meets me online, I hope you bring your magic stick.
The winner for best game based on a movie.
The winner is...
Into the Matrix.
Well, that happened. Yeah, the Video Game Awards did not start on the right foot, to put it mildly. This clip of rapper Lil Kim is really the only footage of the show I can find, so Wikipedia will have to be our friend here. The show focused way too hard on personalities on stage, even devoting an entire pre-show to a WWE match. There were even issues with the awards themselves, from my perspective. The categories and nominees for the most part were well thought out and deserving, but there were way too many nominees. For example, I'm going to list every nominee for the best fantasy game from 2003. Nostalgia Bomb in 3, 2, 1. Dot Hack Part 1, Infection. Dark Cloud 2. EverQuest Online Adventures. Final Fantasy XI. Skies of Arcadia Legends. Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. And Xenosaga Episode 1. Der Well Zermacht. I apologize to my European viewers out there. Yes, 9. 9 nominees for 1 award. While that's a bold idea and gives many well-worthy games an opportunity to win, that is just way too many. Other award shows have nailed the formula. 5 nominees, 1 winner. Easy. For the record, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic won, in case anyone was curious. And in the most anticipated category, there wasn't 9 nominees, there were 13. Yes, 13 nominees. Dead or Alive Online, Doom 3, Driver 3, Fable, Full Spectrum Warrior, Gran Turismo 4, Half-Life 2, James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing, Medal of Honor, Rising Sun, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, The Sims 2, StarCraft Ghosts, and your winner, Halo 2. Once again, too many nominees. Probably the most egregious award, though, was their first Game of the Year. When you have a category with the likes of Splinter Cell, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, how can you instead choose Madden 2004 as your Game of the Year? That ridiculous decision is probably the biggest reason why this show is nowhere to be found on the internet. But it's the first show. You have to get your feet wet somehow. So 2004 comes around, and we have the aforementioned Snoop Dogg as our host. Let's take a weird approach this time and show you how the show concluded.
Give it up for Vince Neil, Nick Mars, Nikki Sixx, and Tommy Lee, Motley Crue.
Yes, this is how the 2004 Spike TV Video Game Awards ended. You might be thinking I'm messing with you and put a clip from a different Spike TV show. Well, here was what preceded that intro.
All right. I'm excited because we're getting ready to get to it right now. All right? The Game of the Year Award.
Needless to say, Jeff Keighley and his crew had not learned from 2003, having a bunch more celebrity appearances and out-of-place musical performances. Now, I will say, they did do right by the nominees. Each category had 5 nominees and ultimately 1 winner. And the Game of the Year nominees and winner were much more understandable. It is also both humorous and sad to see awards for Best Gaming Publication and Best Gaming Website, as half of the total nominees are gone or in rough shape. But now we have two mediocre, if not abysmal, video game awards. Let's see if they turn it around with 2005, which is actually available on YouTube in its entirety. Here's their opening.
Can you count, suckers? I say the future is ours if you can count. Look what we have here. Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell next to the God of War. The Prince of Persia next to Tak. World War II guy next to football guy.
Now this is promising. Decent renders of current video game characters at the time, getting rallied by their host, the badass himself, Samuel L. Jackson. It all started off well. And then the cinematic ended.
Lock and load. Mission greenlit. Prepare for the deployment of Spike TV's 2005 Video Game Awards with appearances by David Banner, Natasha Bedingfield, Jack Black, Dane Cook, Alan Covert, Randy Couture, Carson Daly.
Yep, more celebrities who probably have as much to do with gaming as I have with dating. Anyway, let's get a good idea of the awards with our first category.
Best performance by a human female. Charlize Theron in Eon Flux, Majesco Entertainment, Terminal Reality.
I had a life once. Now all I have is a mission.
Jessica Alba in Fantastic Four, Activision, 7 Studios, Enox.
Time for a little teamwork.
Cornelia Hazel Herlihy as Fiona Belly in Haunting Ground, Capcom. Naomi Watts in Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie, Ubisoft. Josie Moran in Need for Speed Most Wanted, Electronic Arts, EA Canada.
I've got a lot of work to do.
I feel you could connect the dots from here. At this point, Spike TV had given the Video Game Awards an infamous reputation for being just an excuse to parade celebrities and attractive women. This trend would continue the next 3 years. But then, 2009 would start the show a little differently.
Good evening, gamers. Welcome to the biggest night in gaming. I've missed you all so much. But 'tis the season to be jolly, and I love to give presents. Are you ready for the big surprise? This one's going to be a gas.
Now that is what I'm talking about. Starting off your show with drama, excitement, and capping off with a teaser for your next Batman Arkham game only a few months after the exceptional Batman Arkham Asylum, that was the kind of jolt the Video Game Awards needed. And the Game of the Year was well-deserved as well.
The 2009 Spike Video Game Award for Game of the Year goes to Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Now, while the start and the finish of the show was great, the middle still had its fill of celebrities and odd winners. Even with that, I think 2009 started to see a turn for the better. So how would the 2010 awards fare? Honestly, it outdid 2009. The Video Game Awards invested in a new set, which showed off certain games exceptionally, and there were some great reveals for games, including this one, announced by some no-name game director.
And we wanted to find the right time to announce not only what that game is, but the day it's coming out. And that right time is now.
World premiere.
Now you would think that would be the biggest moment from the VGAs, not just of that show, but up to that point. But no, this is.
Please welcome the Oscar-nominated director and writer, Guillermo del Toro.
Mr. Del Toro, what does an esteemed director like yourself doing here?
So I couldn't think of a better place to tell you that I'm making my own game with an incredible team, and we promise you to bring you visually stunning worlds, one-of-a-kind characters, and hopefully you'll shit in your pants. So get ready for an unprecedented cinematic descent into madness. Let me give you just a tiny little taste of the craziness. Thank you.
Now, be honest. You thought that this was the inception of Guillermo del Toro and his eventually canceled project of Silent Hill. Nope. He revealed a new horror game with THQ and Volition titled Insane. And now you're probably thinking, wait, where's this game been? Yeah, when I first saw this, I was stunned too. Not one, but 2 games from Guillermo del Toro, both of them canceled. Wow. Now, despite those amazing announcements, the 2010 VGAs had to remind us that this was on Spike TV and give the horny boys another bone.
And also, I was on live television in a bikini, choking down hot dogs to give gamer dudes around the world boners.
But aside from that, 2010 was a solid year. No, that was not a dick joke, shut up. Moving on to next year, 2011's show was hard to find faults with as well. Zachary Levi as host did a good job, awards were pretty good, and the show was boosted by the trailers of Mass Effect 3 and this.
This is the world premiere of The Last of Us.
Going through all these shows, you have to admit that the VGAs did a good job securing trailers for exciting upcoming games. Sure, it took years to get there, but it's safe to assume that the current Game Awards wouldn't have a good reputation if not for the amazing premieres. Now, despite those amazing trailers, the highlight of the evening was the VGA's Hall of Fame induction for The Legend of Zelda, complete with series creator Shigeru Miyamoto on stage to accept the award and give a great speech. No amount of celebrities and stunts could ruin a moment like that. Now, as 2011 leaves us be, we go on to 2012, and I'll let baby Samuel L. Jackson tell you what's up.
What are you looking at? You think babies don't like video games? Then you don't know shit about babies. Because this one's hosting Spike's Video Game Awards 10th anniversary. And this year, VGAs will have the biggest world premieres ever, including The Last of Us, Gears of War, Judgment, South Park, The Stick of Truth, and more.
Now, I have to admit, seeing Samuel L. Jackson, who previously hosted 3 video game awards from the lackluster VGA era, made me nervous. And sadly, this show has very few clips to grade his performance on. That said, the 2012 Video Game Awards probably had the best ending of any VGAs, starting with this familiar trope of the current Game Awards.
To the Game of the Year nominees with a world-class orchestra led by Assassin's Creed 3 composer and Grammy Award winner, Lorne Balfe.
That's right. The Game Awards Orchestra did not kick off in 2017. Its roots trace back all the way to the VGAs. And then they played a montage for the Game of the Decade, featuring better editing than I have ever done or will do. See for yourself.
Welcome to the big fight.
It's undeniable. Video games are a pop culture powerhouse, outmuscling Hollywood's mightiest blockbusters.
You are hereby found guilty of treason.
Dr. Freeman, I presume.
You think that's a child down there?
Welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center.
I will stop you. And over the last 10 years, the evolution has been nothing short of breathtaking. These aren't just games. They're full-on universes where players' decisions have a major impact on how the stories unfold.
I'm here to kill Bill Williamson.
We become characters within narratives that pack an enormous emotional punch. It is transformative.
That should be all the evidence you need.
This is not a time for negotiation.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, Adam!
But it's not just the games that have changed. It's the way people play.
Nice job!
Gaming is global, connecting family, friends, and strangers. It appeals to the hero and villain in us all.
Killing is an art, and I am a master.
To celebrate the evolution of gaming and our 10th anniversary, Entertainment Weekly and the VGAs have chosen the 10 games that define a decade. These are your nominees for Game of the Decade.
I may never know if this show was cringy or whatever. What I do know is that I would be hyped for the next Video Game Awards after that ending. The last few VGAs may have had their ups and downs, but it showed that it could be an entertaining and respected award show.
Here we go. Hello, and welcome to the first ever VGX. I'm Joel McHale, and we're coming to you live from LA's beautiful Garment District.
I'm an actual gamer. Yes, I know the difference between Miss Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man. One of them is his mom. I'm not sure which. I'm thrilled to be here, mostly because I'm really, really good at scoring free stuff from developers. I'm joined by my dear, dear friend, Jeff Keighley, who I met for the first time 5 minutes ago. He's an actual expert, so together, we've got things covered. And I know you're all wondering what VGX means. It's the next-gen, next-level version of the VGAs. The VG stands for video games, and the X stands for Xenu, the one true God. Over to you, Jeff.
It's great to have you with us, Joel.
Thank you.
Great to have some fun, show some games off.
It's great to see how layered you are, Jeff.
Yeah, four layers for 3 hours.
You're from Toronto. You got to be prepared for
We've
snow.
got a lot of great stuff for people, though.
Yes, we have arrived. 2013 and the year of the VGX, taking down the glitz and glamour of award shows and giving us cringy jokes, awkward interviews, and a host who doesn't care.
How did you pick Camilla?
I didn't pick Camilla, regrettably. That's one of the things I'm so glad that somebody did. It was the perfect fit for our game.
Well, Shangina, she had to go through like the motion capture. I mean, it's an involved process now, Joel, for the game that you're going to be starring in,
my game. The Joel McHale game is coming out later this year.
Coming soon.
I can't wait.
Wow. All right. So thanks. I guess we have to wrap it up. But sorry, Scott. Thanks for being here. And Camilla, it's remarkably convenient that you're here, and not just because I want Laura Croft to record my outgoing voicemail message. You see, Cammy, may I call you Cammy? Our viewers get to decide who wins the Character of the Year award.
I would love to see another Metroid game.
You guys being up in Seattle, who do you think's going to the Seahawks game tomorrow?
I think that's pretty obvious, right? And I know you're a big Seahawks fan.
That's right. Are you going to come out with a Seahawks game soon?
I'd love to.
Just them, though.
Just them.
Not other teams.
Not other teams, just the Seahawks.
Unlike most video game awards, this show is available to watch in its entirety on YouTube, and I dare anyone to sit through 3 hours of this mess. At least the VGAs were 2 hours with commercials. As I look back on this, I can't fathom what they were trying to accomplish. It didn't matter because it bombed spectacularly, and VGX was gone after one episode. So here we are with the current format of the Game Awards. There may be some weird celebrities and cringeworthy moments, but the Game Awards have done an incredible job going from a trashy, unfocused, and misogynistic awards farce to an exciting, anticipated, and respected awards show. Having said that, while the Game Awards may be bigger than it has ever been, I think it is important to never forget your beginnings and learn from them. The VGAs brought the world premieres and orchestra that have helped heighten the Game Awards, and for that, I thank you, Spike TV. Now go back to making more manly shows. Oh, right. Spike TV is no more. Well, go make whatever the heck Paramount makes. I'm going to enjoy my Game Awards show. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and have other ideas for videos you want to see, leave a comment and like this video. Stay tuned for more and have yourself a wonderful day.
Stan Lee.
I gotta tell you, damn, I love video games. You know, years ago, when I was in the Marvel bullpen, I had complete control over Iron Man. I wrote him, I edited him, I was the boss. But now, because of these geniuses at Sega, you game players can have more control over one of the world's greatest superheroes than I ever had. And I don't think that's right. Anyway, you don't want to listen to me. You want to see the world premiere of the video game Iron Man something or other. Here it is. Thank you.
World premiere.
What is the measure of a man? Is it the fruit of his labors, or the secrets of his heart?
Never designed anything like it. But now, I know what I have to do.
Tony, you're not a soldier.
You're damn right I'm not. I'm an army.